Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everybody. Have a happy and nice day. Welcome to the next lecture of English. Students, as you all know, we have already started with a next lesson, that's 4.2, the storyteller. This lesson is divided into two parts. First part we have already done. We will have a quick recap of the first part and then we will move towards the second part. In the first half, we have seen it's a story of three children who are traveling along with their aunt by the train. The next station is Temple Combe. 1 hour. It's a 1 hour journey. In the compartment, they have one more passenger, that is Bachelor, who is a stranger to them. And these three children continuously making noise and disturbing the Bachelor. They are irritating. Okay, the smaller girl, she's reciting Road to Mandalay. The boy, he was smacking the cushions of the seats. And even the girls, they all are misbehaving. And aunt, she was not having any control on the children. Even she failed to make the children remain quiet. But after when after she saw that the Bachelor is getting irritated by the behavior of the children, then she tried to tell the story to the children. But yes, children, they did not like the story also. After that, what happens, let's see. The children, they did not like the aunt's story. Then suddenly, even the Bachelor who was listening to the story of the aunt, even he was totally disagree with the aunt's story. Then what happened next, let's see. The aunt bristled in the instant's defense at the unexpected attack. It's a very difficult thing to tell the stories that children can both understand and appreciate, she said stiffly. Even she was disagree and she was angry on Bachelor, because according to the aunt, it's not so simple to tell the story to the children. It's the most difficult job. Okay, now he is challenging the Bachelor. I don't agree with you, said the Bachelor. Perhaps you would like to tell them a story, was the aunt's retort. Tell us a story, demanded the bigger of the small girls. Okay, now children, they demanded the stranger man, that's the Bachelor, to tell them a story. Okay, now he accepted the challenge and he started the story. Let's see what kind of a story did he tell. Once upon a time, began the Bachelor, there was a little girl called Bertha who was extraordinarily good. Okay, it was just like the aunt's story. There also the girl was good. Here also the girl was very, very good. The children's momentarily aroused interest began at once to flicker. All stories seemed dreadfully alike, no matter who told them. Okay, they are the children are saying सारी कहानियाँ जो है वो एक ही जैसी होती है. Almost all stories are same, and who cares that who has said this story, because they all are same. She did all that she was told. See, the story, the name of the girl is Bertha and she is very obedient. She was always truthful. She kept her clothes clean, ate milk puddings. As we all know, the children, they don't like to eat the dishes which are made by milk, but she's so good that she drinks milk and she eats the milk products also, as though they were jam tarts, learned her lessons perfectly, and was polite in her manners. Okay, she was so good. All these good qualities were present in that girl. Was she pretty? Asked the bigger of the small girls. See, now the story captured the attention of the children because they are asking questions. Now the girl asked, was she pretty? Was she pretty? Asked the bigger of the small girls. Not as pretty as any one of you. See the way of telling the story. This is the right way. Okay, when you connect them with the children, this is the way how you can connect with them. Okay, तो Bachelor बहुत अच्छी तरह से बोल रहा था. Not as pretty as any of you, said the Bachelor, but she was horribly good. Underline this line, horribly and good. This is a very rare combination. बोलते ना गजब की अच्छी बच्ची थी ऐसा. There was a wave of reaction in favor of the story. The word horrible in connection with goodness was a novelty that commended itself. It seemed to introduce a ring of truth that was absent from the aunt's tale of infant life. Okay? See, these things were absent in aunt's story. That's why children, they did not like aunt's story. What happened next? Let's see in the part 2. She was so good, continued the bachelor, that she won several medals for goodness, which she always wore pinned onto her dress. There was a medal for obedience, another medal for punctuality, and a third for good behavior. They were large metal medals and they clicked against one another. See, you can see the picture. These three medals were given to the Bertha for her good qualities. They were large metal medals and they clinked against one another as she walked. वो हमेशा गले में पहना करती थी और वो एक दूसरे से टकराते थे. No other child in the town where she lived had as many as 3 medals. So everybody knew that she must be an extra good child. Okay? Horribly good? Quoted Cyril. Again, see, the child is asking, horribly good? बहुत अच्छी. Everybody talked about her goodness and the prince of the country got to hear about it. And he said that as she was so very good, she might be allowed once a week to walk in his park, which was just outside the town. It was a beautiful park and no children were allowed in it. If so, it was a great honor for Bertha to be allowed to go there. See, there was one Prince Park, the prince of that particular town. When he came to know that Bertha is such a good girl, that's why he gave her a reward for her goodness. And what was that reward? This is the personal park of the this one prince. So he said this beautiful, this cute and obedient girl can visit the park once in a week. He gave that permission to only Bertha. Other outsiders were not allowed in that particular park, but just because she was extremely and horribly good, she got the chance. Okay, see, now let's see what happens next. Were there any It was a beautiful park and no children were ever allowed in it. So it was a great honor for Bertha to be allowed to go there. है ना, बहुत बड़ी बात है उसके लिए. Were there any sheep in the park? Demanded Cyril. Now children are asking, sheep were there? No, said the bachelor. There were no sheep, but there were other small harmless animals in the park. Harmless animals which doesn't harm, जो हमें कोई नुकसान नहीं पहुंचाते. The storyteller paused to let a full idea of the park's treasure sink into the children's imagination. Then he resumed. वो थोड़ी देर रुक गया ताकि बच्चों के दिमाग में पूरा पिक्चर बन जाए. Okay? Okay. All the images, बोलते ना, it's imagery. The poem is imagery where everything is properly described. So here also he took a pause because he wanted all the images to come in front of children's eye. Okay. Bertha was rather sorry to find that there were no flowers in the park. But there were no flowers in the park. Why is it so? Children, can you tell me why there were no flowers? Anyone? No one? Okay, I'll tell you. She would not pick any of the kind princess flower, and she had meant to keep her promise. So of course it made her feel silly to find that there were no flowers to pick. Okay, she had promised her aunt before only that she will not pick any of the flower because flowers look good in the plants only instead of in hand. बोलते ना, तो उसने आंटी को प्रॉमिस किया था. But she found herself so silly when she saw there were not a single flower in the park. Why is it so? Have you heard park without flower? Why weren't there any flowers? Because the animals had eaten them all. Understood? Because animals had eaten them all, said the bachelor promptly. The gardener had told the prince that you couldn't have animals and flowers. So he decided to have animals and no flowers. Okay? Obviously animals are there, so it's not possible that flowers will be there. Obviously animals, they eat flowers, है ना, हमको सबको पता है. So it was a very rare choice. Here also you can see the rare choice of the prince. उसने क्या किया? He chose animals over flowers here. But most of the people, the most commonly 90% people, they choose what? Flowers, right? There was a murmur of approval at the excellence of the prince's decision. So many people would have decided the other way. Yes, even we. There were lots of other delightful things in the park. Flowers नहीं थे तो क्या हुआ? बाकी की बहुत प्यारी प्यारी चीज़ें थी. There were ponds with gold and blue and green fish in them. And see, you can see in this picture, the fishes are there. The colorful fishes were there. and trees with beautiful parrot that said clever things at a moment's notice. As we all know, parrots, they repeat the things which we say to them. So there were beautiful parrots who keep on, talking and repeating the words. And hummingbirds, the birds who sing softly, प्यारी प्यारी मतलब छोटी आवाज़ें करते हैं जो, hummingbirds that hummed all the popular tunes of the day. Okay, Bertha walked up and down and enjoyed herself immensely and thought to herself, if I were not so extraordinarily good, I should not have been allowed to come into this beautiful park and enjoy all that there is to be seen in it. And her 3 medals clinked against one another as she walked. See, she was thinking कि मैं इतनी अच्छी हूँ इसलिए मैं यहाँ आई, अगर मैं इतनी अच्छी नहीं होती तो शायद मुझे ये मौका नहीं मिलता. Okay, into this beautiful park and enjoy all that there is to be seen in it. And her 3 medals clinked against one another as she walked and helped to remind her how very good she really was. Okay, वो चलती थी तो उसके मेडल्स एक दूसरे के साथ टकराते थे, आवाज़ करते थे, एंड दे ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू रियलाइज हर दैट शी इज़ सो गुड. Just then an enormous wolf came prowling. See suddenly what happened. She was feeling so proud of herself that she won so many medals, and just because of those medals she is here in this beautiful park. Okay, she was thinking that she is so fortunate, but suddenly within a minute what happened? See, just then an enormous wolf came prowling into the park to see if it could catch a fat little animal for its supper. The first thing that it saw in the park was Bertha. Her pinafore was so spotlessly white and clean that it could be seen from a great distance. You know what? One hungry and very big wolf came inside the park in search of the prey, and that wolf saw only Bertha. Okay, Bertha wore a very white clothes which were very visible from a long distance also. So even this wolf saw the Bertha and he was coming towards the Bertha to catch her. Bertha saw the wolf and saw that it was stealing towards her, and she began to wish that she had never been allowed to come into the park. See, sudden change of the thinking. Before she was feeling so proud and so fortunate. Now she is thinking that she is so unfortunate that just because of those 3 medals she is here in this horrible condition. She ran as hard as she could and the wolf came after her with huge leaps and bounds. मतलब बड़े बड़े पैरों से कदमों से चल के उसका पीछा कर रहा था. She managed to reach a shrubbery of myrtle bushes, ये bushes with shiny leaves and sweet smelling white flowers. Okay, it's one. मेहंदी के flowers भी इसको कभी कभी henna flowers भी बोला जाता है, but I'm not sure. And she hid herself in one of the thickest of the bushes. The wolf came sniffing among the branches, its black tongue lolling out of its mouth and its pale grey eye glaring with rage. Bertha was terribly frightened and thought to herself, if I had not been so extraordinarily good, I should have been safe in the town at this moment. Okay, what happened? वो wolf जो था उसका पीछा करते हुए आ गया. As I told you, the shrubs and bushes, it was so thick and it was having one kind of a different kind of smell, aroma related to henna. तो वो इतनी strong smell थी. As we all know, the animals have the tendency that they sniff. वो सूंघ कर पहचानते हैं लोग कहाँ हैं. But here, wolf was not getting success because of the very strong smell of the shrub and bushes. He was unable to sniff the Bertha. ठीक है, उसकी खुशबू इतनी ज़्यादा तेज थी कि वो स्निफ नहीं कर पा रहा था कि बर्था कहाँ है. And here Bertha is feeling that she is so unfortunate just because of those medals. She is in this situation. However, the scent of the myrtle was so strong that the wolf could not sniff out where Bertha was hiding, and the bushes were so thick that he might have hunted about in them for a long time without catching sight of her. So he thought he might as well go off and catch a little animal instead. After the struggle of a few minutes, now he gave up. Who? Wolf. He said he thought, yeah, I should search for some other animal now because this is very thick bushes and shrubs and it's wastage of time. Okay, so suddenly he changed his mind and moved in opposite direction. But suddenly see what happens then. अभी just वो जा ही रहा था वहाँ से तो क्या हो गया. Bertha was trembling. She was moving, she was shivering inside, very much at having the wolf prowling and sniffing so near her. And as she trembled, the medal for obedience clinked against the medal for the goodness, conduct, and punctuality. Okay, she was shivering, she was extremely frightened. तो वो हिलने लगी अंदर. And as well as she moved, the all three medals they clinked to one another and made noise and gave the hint to the wolf. And now wolf easily can find out where Bertha has hidden herself. When he heard the sound of the medals clinking and stopped to listen, they clinked again in a bush quite near him. He dashed into the bush, his pale grey eye gleaming with ferocity and triumph, and dragged Bertha out and devoured her to the last morsel. Abhi finally he found where the Bertha has hidden. He went inside the shrubs and bushes. He took the Bertha out of the shrubs and bushes and he killed the Bertha and ate the whole Bertha till its last piece. Okay, because he was so hungry. And total Bertha is now inside the wolf's stomach. The obedient, the horribly good girl at the end is inside the wolf's stomach. All that was left of her were her shoes, bits of clothing and the 3 medals for goodness. ये चीज़ें बाहर रह गई. The story began badly, said the smaller of the small girls, but it had a beautiful ending. Why they are saying it's a beautiful ending, children? Because this ending is totally different from the ordinary stories. है ना? If we listen any story, we always see that the story conclude with a positive message and happy ending. But see, this is the very drastic story where the ending is only different. That's why children they like the story, because this is different from the other stories. Understood? It is the most beautiful story that I ever heard, said the bigger of the small girls with immense decision. See the reviews, see the views of the children. They really like the story. They really enjoyed the story they are saying. It is the only beautiful story I have ever heard, said Cyril. तीनों बच्चों को पसंद आई. A dissentient opinion came from the aunt, but aunt was totally disagree क्योंकि वो एक mature इंसान है and she thought that this is not the good story to tell to the young minds. A most improper story to tell to young children. You have undermined the effect of years of careful teaching. आपने मेरी इतनी सालों की अच्छी सिखावट को बर्बाद कर दिया ये immature story सुनाकर. At any rate, said the bachelor, collecting his belongings preparatory to leaving the carriage. I kept them quiet for 10 minutes, which was more than you were able to do. He said that, don't argue with me, madam, because you failed to make them sit quiet, which I did at least for 10 minutes. मेरी story की वजह से कम वो 10 मिनट तो चुप बैठे. आपसे तो वो चुप नहीं हो रहे थे. And that was important. Who said this? This bachelor. Now his stop has come. He is collecting all his belongings as he has to leave the train. Okay, उसको अभी उतरना है ट्रेन से तो अपना सारा सामान ले रहा है. Okay, now what he think? Unhappy woman. Okay, while leaving, what he is thinking? Unhappy woman. Whose opinion is this? This is the opinion of the bachelor. Unhappy woman, he observed to himself as he walked down the platform of Temple Combe station. For the next 6 months or so, those children will assail her, attack her in public with demands for an improper story. वो बोलता है, हंसने लगा और बोलने लगा कि इस परेशान औरत के ये बच्चे अगले 6 महीने तक सच में परेशान करेंगे कि इस तरह की improper story सुनाओ. Okay, end of the story written by H.H. Munro known as Saki. I hope you all have understood the story and you have liked the story. Notes I am giving, a few questions are omit as per the reduced syllabus, but yes, notes I am going to give. Please write it down, all the notes in the workbook, and prepare yourself for the examination. Thank you so much, children, for watching the video. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye.